What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be reacting to Reddit stories. So, this is the first time ever that I'm reacting to Reddit stories. I'm very excited to go through these stories with you guys to understand what they're about. So, let's jump right onto this. My first story is from Relationship Advice, which was posted 10 hours ago. So the story goes like this: I, 22 male, have a date with Jane, 24 female, but I have a thing for people like Jane, and this makes it weird. How do I navigate this? Throwaway account. I, 24 male, am slightly autistic man. I know ranking autism can be problematic, but it's not something that normally bothers me or affects my day to day. Ever since I was a teenager, I've had a fetish for a certain racial group. I don't know why, but I just remember seeing them and having that feeling. I work at a store that sells a variety of things, including video games, merchandise nearby. Nearby, we have a coffee shop that we get coffee from a lot. My manager, 35 ish female, is a super bubbly lady who seems to make friends with everyone. She started taking stock that was getting taken off the floor over to the coffee shop and giving it away to the staff there after learning some of them were also pretty nerdy. Mostly stuff like posters, and promo materials. In exchange, we'd occasionally get free break room snacks from coffee shop. About 4 months ago, manager asked me to run a plushie over to coffee shop when I go to pick up our coffee order, making a joke about the plushie being a sacrifice to the caffeine gods. I went over with the plushie, and when I reached the counter, I kept the joke going, saying I was going to sacrifice the blushing in the nearby volcano, but my manager said the caffeine gods had already dipped it. I guess this was a good joke because it got some laughs. And one of the coffee shop workers responded, "It's just goddesses here today, but we'll take it." I'm not normally good at talking to women, but the casual banter made me really happy. Since then, manager has sent me over to coffee shop a couple of times a week. Normally it's fine, and I'm kind of friends with the women who work there now. I think though I 100% know I have to be respectful and professional and have been every time. That's great. Something I feel like we all should be towards each other: respectful, kind, all those things. The world would be a better place if most people were just kind to each other and respectful. So I really like that. The problem started when I met Jane, 25 ish female. Jane is one of the nerdier women at coffee shop and seems to like talking to me when I go over there. I really like Jane, and she's really easy to talk to. Jane is a part of the group I have a fetish for, and I found it hard to be around her because I know women don't like men who chase them because because of their race, or guys who date chubby women just because they're chubby, etc. And I've been trying to be professional. One day, Jane complained about cosplaying a certain character for an upcoming convention because the character was pale and blonde. Jane is very much not. I told her she'd be gorgeous character, should be a gorgeous character despite not being lore accurate. After that day, some of the women at coffee shops started asking me about Jane when I came in and she wasn't working. I don't think they were being mean, just laughing. I was really worried I'd said something wrong, so I started trying to do the coffee runs less. I don't feel like you did anything wrong though. You just made a joke, and no, I don't feel I genuinely don't feel like this guy did anything wrong. Anyway, last Sunday, Jane came into my store and said that her and the other staff were sad because they hadn't seen me so much recently. I got really nervous having her in the store and told her I was worried my compliment was inappropriate. I just feel like you overthink a lot. Why would your compliment be inappropriate? You just called her gorgeous and said the character would be a good fit for her, which isn't really inappropriate. She said it was the opposite, and asked me if I wanted to go get coffee after work. She obviously picked up that you're into her. She obviously picked up on that fact. That is why she just decided to take that leap and ask you to coffee since you weren't doing it, and since you just backed away and felt like you were making inappropriate comments, even though it was just a compliment. I fucked up and said I had plans, and she looked sad. So instead said we could go this weekend instead. Okay, that's better. I thought you really fucked up. Is that okay? I don't want her to feel like I'm just dating her because of her race, but I also feel like I'm lying to her if I don't mention it. I know it's just a date, but if it became more, would I have to tell her? If even I know that's a really intense thing to talk about with someone. I tried really hard not to chase her, but I was really happy when she asked me for coffee. I talked to my roommate about it and he laughed and told me to post here because it was cute. But I also want advice. Edit. Thanks everyone. I understand that fetish might not have been the best word. I was really like thinking about the fetish part because oh my god, there are really a lot of people with fetishes, and it just didn't seem like that to me. I might update on how it goes if that's something people commonly do. Also, thank you all for being very sweet. Normally, the internet is full of assholes, and I appreciate it. I just feel like this guy overthinks a lot. He's really overthinking the situation, whereby I just find it very nice that he's thinking about her feelings, he's thinking about everyone else, he's thinking about not overstepping the situation. I just I really admire him for that, for taking the time, considering her. But at the same time, he had to push himself away, which isn't a good thing. It's not a good thing because he would have lost her. But it's better that she was able to come back and ask for coffee. No, let's read the first comment. Or you kids are adorable. You didn't approach Jane because of a fetish. You didn't harass Jane or make inappropriate. That's what I was saying, bro. Like, he did not do that. He just, I think he's in his mind a lot, making him think that he's making inappropriate comments, or if it is a fetish thing, which it isn't at all. Your interactions with her and the other lazy ladies at the coffee shop were welcome because they consider you a friend. Yes, they love having him come over for the coffee runs. They joke with him, they laugh with him. It's like their normal routine. So when he stopped doing that, they became worried, and they came and they sent Jane to ask what's going on. Like, they missed him, right? She came to your store looking for you. That's what I'm saying. Because she wanted to talk to you. You are judged only by your deeds, not your thoughts or desires. Treat her respectfully as a friend, and if anything happens beyond that, then it's meant to be. Right? So there's an edit as well. I will tell a slightly related story. I used to have a coworker who was a huge whip, just loved Japanese animation and manga, and totally fetishized Japanese women, and would say he was going to find a Japanese girl and marry her. Then he looked in the mirror one day, realizing he was kind of pathetic, and he cleaned himself up, started getting decent haircuts, and kept his facial hair trimmed, wore dressier and more work appropriate clothes, and started to engage with Japanese culture in a more healthy way by going to art shows, plays, and similar events that were more about appreciation of Japanese art and culture than fandom. And he met a Japanese girl and they fell in love, and she knows he used to be a huge weebo. But it's okay because he never treated her with anything less than respect. I have rarely seen a happier married man, and their daughter is a little angel. At it too, I just thought to look him up on Facebook, and he's still posting photos of his wife and kid, and he's still going to anime convention and stuff. That's very nice. That's so sweet. Yes, OP is just overthinking everything. He should just not overthink and just let things go with the flow. You know, if it's meant to happen, it's going to happen. If it's not, they'll be friends after all. But I don't really think it's a fetish. I don't think it's a fetish. You should just learn to calm down, rationalize things, you know. That would be very much better for him. Another comment here, exactly. It's okay to be attracted to certain traits or think certain characteristics are especially beautiful, but as long as you treat the people who have them as actual people who are more than just those traits and characteristics, you should be fine. Another thing is that I feel like we don't talk about this, but some people are actually like, I'm attracted to certain things. Some people are actually attracted to certain races. It's not weird, it's just their preferences. I wouldn't call it a fetish. They just prefer that race. They just prefer dating people who are dark skinned, like really dark skinned, who are light skinned. It's their preferences. It's not actually a fetish. I'm glad that he realized that it's not a fetish. That's why he was like, edit. I understand that fetish might not have been the first word. Yes, I'm glad that he realized using that word wasn't really it for the story, you know. But this is nice. This is nice. I really love this story. I hope everything went well, you know. So let's look at another story. The second story comes from relationship advice as well. Wife 30 female fingered my 31 male ass, then called me gay for liking it. Where do I go from here? That is very interesting that you would do something and then just find a title to put on it because you're the one who started it. Were you trying to find out that he. My god, let's just go through the story. Throwaway account because my family knows my username. Like the title says, my wife, 30 female, fingered my 31 male ass for the first time a couple of years ago, and it was incredible. She initiated it after reading about prostate massages, and she could tell that I loved it. But instead of enjoying the pleasure she gave me, she called me gay boy after I came. You see, it's weird because you read about it, about prostate massages, and you initiated this, and you knew that your husband loved it, and you decided to bully him about it because that is what I see is happening here. Ever since then, anytime I bring up any ass play on me or her, she gets super uncomfortable. Now, there have been times where she has enjoyed me eating her ass, even to the point of coming from me rimming her ass and fingering her vaginal. There have also been one or two instances where she has eaten my ass and seemed to enjoy it, but it's only ever been when she's personally feeling extra adventurous. Never when I ask her to, and she will never talk about it with me afterwards. That is just weird. That's weird because she only enjoys it when it's her who wants to do it, but when he brings it up it becomes weird. How is that fair? How is that fair? How is that okay? Jeez. I've tried talking to her many times outside of sexual situations on why she thinks it's gay for me to enjoy as play, but she never elaborates and shuts down and won't talk to me whenever I ask. Obviously, enjoying as play doesn't make anybody gay. True, true. And it's frustrating for me that we can't even have a conversation about it. I'm also very aware of my hygiene down there, and always keep it clean, always shower before sex, and always keep the hair shaved and trimmed. I would love to incorporate more as play into this relationship, but I'm having a hard time getting her to open up about it. Any advice is appreciated. Thanks. I'm guessing this is an edit after he read the comments. So, edit one. Another user in the comments suggested I add this. She has a close friend whose husband came out as gay. Now that makes sense. Now that makes sense, because why would you suddenly be saying all the gay things? Gay, it's gay because you enjoyed it. My god, people are adventurous when it comes to sex. So it's just crazy to me that she would just, now it makes sense though. She has a close friend whose husband came out as gay after 6 years of marriage. Damn, they must have sucked. Could have something to do with it. Yes, it definitely does have something to do with it. Edit 2. Thank you everyone for the feedback so far. It's nice to have my feelings validated a bit. Lol. I plan on having a calm, respectful discussion with her tonight to figure out if there is a bigger issue at play here. If we can't work it out tonight amongst the two of us, then I'll be scheduling sex therapy tomorrow morning. Keep the responses coming. Let's read the first comment. If she has, or if she had this outlook, why did she go knuckle deep in the first? That's what I'm asking myself. Why did she do it in the first place? Like, was it to check how he would react, and then she'd be able to say he's gay? Like, why are you not coming out? You may come out after 6 years of, I don't know how long this marriage has been. Did he say how long they've been married? No, no, no. But I feel like she's just trying to check if he's going to do the very same thing her friend's husband did. But no, man, this guy is just straight, and he just happened to enjoy this particular thing that you decided to do. Now you're having a problem with it. It's crazy to me. It's just crazy. My god. Sounds like she's projecting her sexual insecurities onto you. She wants to be wild but is afraid of being free. So she's mocking you for being free and trying new things. That makes so much sense, because it seems like she also enjoys this thing, but she wants it to be her who initiates it rather than you. It doesn't want the guy to initiate doing this thing, because if she feels like, oh, you gay for doing this, you gay for doing this, you gay, you started it, what did you expect? That's just crazy. That is just crazy. I wonder if she's ever dated a man who ended up being gay before. Only asking because I've had that happen before, and it made me sort of insecure for a while. No, she didn't. She didn't. She just has a close friend whose husband came out as gay after 6 years of marriage. My God, that guy really, really, he really kept it to himself. 6 years of marriage with the girl, knowing you're gay is hard, bro. It must have been hard, but it must have been also very hard for the wife to find that out. That was a very not so good situation. But yeah, I feel like they just need to talk about this. They need to sort this out, because it might ruin their relationship with the way that it's going, because she doesn't want to talk about it. She shuts down. Like, she needs to tell him what's wrong for them to fix this. I don't see a way out other than just talking about it. And it's a good thing that he will schedule um by scheduling sex therapy tomorrow morning. That's a good thing. And this post is 3 days ago, so I wonder how the conversation went. But anyways, guys, that's the end of this video. I really enjoyed reading the stories. Man, I really enjoyed reading the stories and finding other perspectives to them and finding out what people are going through. Is just wow, it's a lot. So for those of you guys who are new to this channel, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and click on that notification bell, guys. I would really appreciate it.